And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Friday night fun-filled adventure that is the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas, and I hope you've had a wonderful week and you've now slid comfortably, hopefully, into the weekend. I know I'm excited to be here. It's our 200th episode on TFR. So, round of applause or whatever that earns us. But this is our 200th episode on TFR, iHeart, TuneIn, TalkStream. So it's kind of a momentous night and exciting night to think that they're still putting up with us after 200 episodes. So we must be doing okay, ladies and gentlemen. But this is our 200th episode anniversary, and we are so thrilled to be sharing it with you all out there. So thanks for being here, and thanks for being a part of what we're doing. The portal's grown and expanding, and just been marvelous. So before I go any further, let me welcome my good friend and co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard, to the show.
That would be me. Hi, everybody. Happy 200th.
Happy 200th, Don. We
Thank
did it.
you.
We've
Yeah.
done it.
I can't believe the Geos have let us stay here. This is like a comfy chair, you know.
Well, you know, we just kind of occupy this corner of the space, and as long as we clean up after ourselves, I'm sure they're not going to kick us out of the clubhouse.
You know, if we could just get those ghosties to, clean up a little bit for us, that'd be great.
Yeah, if they drag around a vacuum once in a while, that'd be awesome.
Hey,
but
you forgot the corner over there.
But it's okay. We're making it, and we are marching onward. So here's to 1,000 episodes one day. But
Woohoo!
200 is a pretty big benchmark. So you guys are here with us. We're here with you, and this is kind of our anniversary. So
Yay.
how you been, Don? Everything good?
Yeah, it's been a long, weird week, and it's going to be a long, weird weekend. But pretty standard for us in the portal.
Yeah, it is. It's an exciting weekend, though, as far as the shows are concerned.
That's true.
But before we go any further, we should welcome our great friend, longtime friend of the portal and great personal friend of mine and yours, Don, Mrs. Deborah Varner, who is here tonight joining us here on the portal, ladies and gentlemen, to do free call-in readings for y'all. Welcome to the show, Deb.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Congrats on 200 shows, and I am so honored to be a part of it.
You are. You've been a huge part of it, actually. You've been with us, with me for a long part of this ride, for a long part of this journey. I mean, you were kind of my first co-host in a manner of speaking, you know. You were right there with me,
Yep.
you know. Back when I had the idea, it's like, I know this psychic. Let's try this out. And here we are. And thank you so much for being here and taking your time and your gifts and sharing them with us here in the portal. It's always been an amazing journey to have you on. And I'm personally just really grateful to have this as an asset for our listeners and for me personally. So thank you for being here. And are you excited for tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Always. Always.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the call-in number to be here on the show with us is 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998. And that will get you in touch with us here in the studio, and we can put you through to Deb. I would recommend you call soon and hold the line if you don't get through right away. Right now, the call board is open, so we're in good shape so far, but definitely call in. This is an amazing opportunity, and Deb is really the real deal. Every time she's on, I say the same thing, but I can't mean it any more than I mean it now, because every time she's on, I get amazed and blown away by something completely new that she does or has pulled out of the ethers. So definitely make that call and hold on the line, and we'll be sure to get to you. Don't wait until the last hour to try to call in.
It's always a bad move.
It is. It turns into a traffic jam at the end, and of course I really want everybody to get their shot to get a reading, because it's an outstanding thing to have, and Deb really does a phenomenal job. So
does, yes.
We want you to get your opportunity. So call in soon, and if you don't get through right away, hold the line, because it's quite a busy thing. But we got kind of a special announcement here tonight as well for you, Deb. I guess I can just let the cat out of the bag that Deb is now going to be doing readings on the side as well, and she is working on scheduling 20-minute reading sessions if you're interested. Deb, do you want to let them know how to get in touch with you to schedule a reading?
Yeah, my email is heavenlydragonfly@aol.com. Just, kind of put in the subject Paranormal Portal so I know that that's where you're from. I will have set times that I will be doing readings. 20 minutes for $15. It's
It's an amazing.
hopefully it will go good.
Oh, it'll be wonderful. I mean, first of all, I don't know if many of you are keeping track of what people charge for readings, but that is like nothing.
Yeah.
And the gift that Deb has is the real thing. She doesn't do the 20 questions psychological banter in order to zero in on something that might resonate with you. She just says, "What's your name and what do you want to know about?" And that's it. And then she does her thing. And also, if you call in, just realize that if you call in and you're getting a reading and the phone is silent, don't worry. That's just Deb channeling her guides to give you the information you need. But could you spell that email address, Deb? Because I know it's not quite what it sounds.
Okay, it's HEAVENLY.DRGNFLY.
Yeah, so DRGN for dragon. Okay. And
yes.
We do have a caller already here, so without any
Yay.
further ado, let's get into this. And this is area code 515. You're on the air.
Hey, everybody, it's MCAT.
Hey,
Hey,
MCAT.
MCAT. How you doing, brother?
Hey, MCAT.
How are you?
We are wonderful. Thank you for being our first caller on our 200th episode, by the way.
Yeah. That's
Another
fantastic.
special. Yay.
Yay. So I'll leave you with Deb to get your reading, brother.
All right, thanks, bro.
Okay. How can I help you? You want general, or is there something that you're wanting to know about?
General.
General. Okay. They're saying you're kind of a special person. You have, you've got some hidden talents that you haven't brought forward yet. There's, hang on, yeah. You're, you've been wondering if certain things over the years that you have been slightly interested in, if you can bring that forward and work it into your daily routine, because you're not sure if it actually fits you or not, but it fits you or it wouldn't be there.
Okay.
Hey, MCAT, do you realize that you carry a light?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the third
okay.
person to tell me that.
Yeah, it's definitely there. And you're seeing it become a little bit brighter. Look for it to become really bright in the coming, they're saying 5 to 6 months. You're going to pick up on some more talents where your gifts are concerned.
Okay.
They're saying that you can hear them.
Yes.
And at times you see them. But look for both of those things to grow And if you haven't already been into investigations, you're going to be heading in that direction.
Yes, I was a paranormal investigator for 6 years, so
Yeah.
done that for a while.
Yeah. With the growth, have you got a team right now that you're working with?
No, because I'm on the
Yeah.
road, I don't have a lot of time to commit to that. So now I'm working on research.
Okay. They're talking about getting in with a few more people and maybe having a small group to work with, because as this grows, you're going to be able to help out a whole lot more with this group. Nothing really big,
Okay.
just a few extra people to work with you, because as you're able to speak with them and see them more and more, you're going to be able to help the others pick up more. It's hard to explain. When you go out on investigations, you're going to be able to prove more of what they're looking for, so they'll be able to actually pick up on it. Okay?
Okay. Interesting.
All right. They say you have a lot of quiet times.
Yes.
And it's not because you want to be antisocial. It's just because that's your time to recharge.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
And your energies are going to build too. What you're seeing and doing now is going to be, that light is going to get a whole lot brighter than what it is right now. Also look to hang on a sec. Okay, look to teaching in this a little bit more. You're going to have a few more people coming to you asking questions. You may have some asking you to explain things that they're not really sure about. So your capacity is going to be a teacher also later on.
Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Part of my job is being an instructor right now.
So you're going to be perfect at it.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, right now that's basically what they're talking about is what's coming up with your gifts.
Okay. Awesome.
Is there anything else that you might want to know about? Because that's the big thing right now is they seem to be concentrating on what's going to be happening in the future with you as far as your gifts are concerned.
No, that's all I had a question about.
Okay.
All right. Well, perfect.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, brother. Thanks
Thank
for calling in and being a part of the show. And it's a pleasure to listen to your voice.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Good night. Okay, and we'll move on to our next caller. We got about 10 minutes. So this is area code 916. You're on the air. And caller, there is just 10 minutes left. So if we do hit the break, just hang on the line and we'll finish your reading on the other side of the break. So, but welcome to our show.
Well, thank you, and happy 200th show.
Oh, thank you.
That's exciting. Success is always good.
It is. It's really
Hi,
exciting.
Deb. Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. So this is pretty exciting for me. I look forward to this. It feels like I've been really reaching and almost grasping at something for a while, or reaching some kind of knowledge or goal, and I always sort of fall back and never quite get there. And I'm just wondering if there's guidance.
It's kind of getting hard to hear you. I'm sorry. Is the phone muffled or something? What I caught was that you're reaching for something.
Let's see if can you hear me more now?
Yes, a lot better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that I always feel like recently, like I'm almost on the cusp of knowing something, and I never quite get there. Like I always sort of fall back out of what it is I'm supposed to be knowing. And I was just wondering if there was any guidance for me there.
They're saying it's mainly because you have put up a wall because of some baggage that you have carried with you. As soon as you take a few bricks out of that wall and you have an opening, everything is going to start flowing through and opening up, and you'll know exactly where and what. Let's see. Have you been questioning your spirituality?
Yeah, deeply. Yeah.
Because that's what they're telling me, is that's mainly where you need work, because that will open up doors to other aspects of your life. Like I said, you got that wall up. If you can start pulling some bricks out of that and letting things flow, your heart chakra is kind of closed. So I'm assuming that is where the baggage is coming from.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. You know, if you can figure out how to open up a little bit more, then things are going to make more sense to you. Sometimes we really have to work hard to let go of the baggage that we're carrying with us, because we really don't need it. Once it's over and done with, we need to put it away. And that's kind of what's holding you back right now. And once you let that flow start, then look for your heart chakra to open up more, and you'll understand more where you're wanting to go, because you've got an idea. You've just got to get there. And unless things are flowing like they're supposed to, you're not going to make it there. Does that make sense?
Okay. It does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
But trust me, once you let that start flowing, it's gonna be like a tornado. Mm-hmm. So be prepared for it. Okay.
Okay.
But you're gonna get there.
I sure appreciate it. Thank you. I believe I will. Thank you, Deb, and thank you, everyone. I really appreciate the opportunity to call in and have such a wonderful reading. So,
well, thank you
so
really
much
for calling in.
You're welcome.
It's always great to hear our listeners and stuff, and thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Bless you all. Have a great night.
All right, good night.
Night.
Very cool. So we got through that one, and we got another caller here, and this looks like it is from area code 307. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Is this Sarah?
I always hate calling.
Is
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Well,
It's
good.
Sarah.
Well, you said you hate
Hi,
calling?
you guys.
Why do you hate calling? We love hearing from you.
No, I don't. No, wait. I don't hate calling and just.
No, she feels
about
like
calling.
she's being a bother calling, and you're not. So don't put that back somewhere, okay?
Yeah.
You're not bothering us at all. No, if there's something that you need to know or anything I can help you with, honey, you know I'm going to do it, okay? So don't worry about calling. All righty.
I don't mean any disrespect to Brett or Dawn.
Oh, no.
Okay. So where should I start? My mom has some serious physical problems, and I'm wondering what advice you can give to me about those.
Well, she's got some hurdles that she's going to have to deal with coming up, but from what I'm getting, she will do a little bit better in the future. I'm not getting far off future, but in the future, once she can get over some of the hurdles, and she's not sure about everything that's going on. You need to get hang on. Anyone involved with her to try to explain things to her better than what they have been, because she's having trouble understanding stuff, which makes it hard for her to deal with what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
she's kind of scared, but and it's understandable that she is. But like I said, once she gets over some of these hurdles, it looks like, from what they're telling me, that she will be doing a little bit better. If people will, I don't know if it's so much that she feels like they're not being honest with her, or she feels like they're holding back. But
right.
They need to be more open with her and explain things to her a little bit better than what they are.
Yeah. Thank you. That totally makes sense. Yes. Yeah. And can I ask you one more question?
Uh-huh.
I'm wondering about, I don't know, my general reading, I guess. I hate to call all the time and ask about love, but I kind of am asking about love again.
Love. Okay, let's see what they have to say. They're saying that maybe right now is not the time to worry so much about love. You've got a lot on your plate. Give things a chance to calm down a little bit, and then deal with love. It's just kind of things around you are spinning again, and it's not helping out in the love area. Your mind isn't letting your heart go where it needs to. So right now, deal with your mind, and what's going on there in general. And once that calms down some, then start thinking with your heart. And you'll find a place where you want to be. You got an idea where you want to be.
Okay.
And right now you're not there.
We're going to go to our first break of the night, guys. So just hold on the line and we'll continue on the other side of the break for more of Deb Varner and the Paranormal Portal. So don't go away. Not sure if the bumper music. There it is. There it is.
Yay. Something's working tonight.
Something's working. Woo!
Don't become dependent.
Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
It always throws me how abruptly that thing stops, but it's on the TFR feed, of course, that smooths down to a nice fade. But on the studio feed that we get, it's like boom,
Bomb.
done.
That's it.
So anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half hour of our show tonight. This is the Paranormal Portal. I am your host, Brent Thomas, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Don Longbeard.
Hi.
And we are having a fantastic 200th episode of the Paranormal Portal on TFR, iHeart, TuneIn, TalkStream Live, with Mrs. Deborah Varner, who is here doing free psychic readings to callers to the show. So if you want a reading of your own, please call in 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998, or you can call 833-TFR Live. Both numbers will get you where you need to be, but we are currently underway with a call from Sarah, and sorry, ladies, I'll let you get back to it, but we had to pay the bills there.
Okay. As I was saying, though, just let things, that you're dealing with right now, calm down a little bit, and then worry about your love life. And they also told me, too, that for some reason your third eye is hazy. They did tell me that would start clearing up. Have you been having problems where your gift is concerned?
My third eye.
Yeah, your third eye is kind of hazed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never opened it, really, honestly.
Well, it's closed, shall we say, more than what it was last time that I talked to you. Yeah, you need to work on getting that opened. Let me check in and see what stones are recommended for that, and I'll get back to you later on and let you know what I find out. But, yeah, we need to work on that with you.
All right. Can I ask you one more question?
Yes.
Please? I've recently met a guy on the internet again, and I'm wondering how he might work out.
What's his name?
Jason Nolis.
If you can keep it a friendship for a little while, like I said, until things start calming down around you, you stand a better chance of things working out. Right now, yeah, I don't think I would push it too heavily into the relationship at the moment. I would just keep friendship for right now.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun, but is there anybody I should push it with?
Right now, honey, no, because you've got a lot on your plate that you need to deal with, and it's like I said, your mind is working over your heart right now. You need to get that stuff straightened out before you can start thinking with your heart like you should be. And that will happen once things calm down a little bit and you're not so worried about what's going on and all. You'll calm down some, and you'll see that your heart will start kicking in, and you're able to hit on that love thing. But for right now, you don't push for love, because I don't think it's going to go where you want it to. I would just stay friends for the moment. Okay?
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Deb.
You're welcome.
Brent and Dawn, I love you all, and much blessings.
All right, we love you too, and thanks so much for calling in, and have a great night. And we can move now to our next call, which is Area code 619, you're on the air.
Hi, it's Regular
Hey.
Girl.
Hi, Regla. How you doing?
Hi. I'm okay.
Hey, Regla.
Hi. Good to
Hi.
hear you. I was so glad to hear. I know this was announced, but there are so many things that are announced, up and coming that I'm excited about and thrilled about in terms of radio, of this show and other shows. So I don't remember them all, and so I got in and I was like, yes,
You
yes.
made it.
This was great. So I called to say hi and get a reading.
Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. Is there anything in particular I can help you with, or just whatever?
Well, I guess, yes, you can do whatever. Sure. There's a lot,
Do what?
feels like, what's going on. But
Okay. Let's see.
work, maybe? My work.
Well, would that have to do with your talent?
I've given up on love. I ain't waiting around for that anymore.
You give up on love. It sneaks up on you when you.
No, you know what it is? No, actually, that's not the truth. The truth is, I'm really, really fussy, really. But I want to say something about this. It's like it really did get. It was like I feel like I got to a point where I could see people's souls, and once you can see people's souls and you seem really advanced, like
yeah.
Like if you think about Jesus, just take Jesus or the Buddha, I don't know. I'd rather spend time in relationship with them. Seriously, that's what started to happen. The physical stuff started to fall away. So it is what it is.
Well, that's cool.
So anyway, I don't know why I started talking about that.
But understand, once you start getting into that spiritual thing, you do know what follows behind that. The physical thing.
And it's funny that you said that because you reminded me, I wouldn't have remembered this, you reminded me that actually in the beginning, like I would call the beginnings of my spiritual journey, I was going to, mention the year, and then, my pride got the best of me, so now I've screwed up the story because I'm not my narcissistic disturbance got in the way. All right, so when I first started the journey, it was like there was a part of me that wanted to go further, wanted to just go with more and more learning of the spiritual, but there was a part of me that knew. Suspected is the word I have to use. I suspected that was going to come with it. And I was like in my 20s. I didn't want to give that up, So, I heard, and I don't know whether this is true or not, but I heard that there was a time in China when the civilization worked like this. Like you didn't really start your education till after your family was raised. So after your family was raised, then you went to university. That kind of level of schooling, after your family was raised. That made sense to me. Like when I remember being in the 8th grade, 9th grade, when you're just as you're getting to be a teenager. And I'm telling you, I remember thinking this, like, this is insane that they have us sitting in classrooms trying to look at math. Like they should just put us on effing farms. Seriously, like that's all we were interested in.
Yeah.
I think but I think biologically we're wired like that, So that is kind of stupid, to have schools set up the way it was. I think probably schools on the way out. You can really get all the information you need on the internet. It's just that people are slow to change, and I think that's where it's going, and I'm fine with that.
As we get older, though, we look for something more than the physical, and that's natural. Yeah. We look for the spirituality. We look for something that is going to fill us as a whole, and just physical, relationships doesn't always cut it, because you're looking for more than that. And you're right, at one time that's was more important. But as we get older, we're looking for so much more. But as we grow spiritually, and we can find someone to bond with, and someone we know we can be with and we share things with, then the physical naturally follows. So, it doesn't hurt that you're not worried about it right now.
And honestly, I feel like I feel there is someone. I feel that we do have soulmates. There is some place where that exists for all of us. And honestly, I'll tell you, I feel as though I have always been in touch with that person. And it's just that I'm getting okay with. There's something about being older that I really like. I think it really gets a bad rap. I think we get a lot of propaganda about how being old is bad, because I'm finding there's a lot of things that I really like about it. And one of them is this thing that you and I are talking about right now. There's having lived through, like, really, I haven't read in a book or heard about it, even though I was always delighted with philosophy. I've always loved it. But to really live through, buying things and seeing them breaking and buying them things, or that whole thing of thinking that if I only get this, it's going to be okay. If I just get it this way, it's going to be okay. I get it that way. And just having really lived through that and seeing, oh, wow, that's,
Right.
That's not what it's about. It's about something way deeper, and having and having more courage. I feel like I have more courage now that I'm older to follow that, to not be so bound by the past, by my old ideas of what the past was.
I was worried about coming into being a crone. Now that I'm into it, I'm so blessed.
What?
I absolutely love
it. Can you say more about that? That's interesting.
It's a wonderful thing. It's just, you're so open to so many different things. You're at a time in your life you don't have as many worries. You got regular everyday worries, but your kids are grown. You don't have to worry about them quite as much. You're still going to worry about them, but not quite as much. They're out making their own lives and stuff, and you have more time to go into the things that you've always wanted to. I don't know. I have more time to do things like this, and I'm there for other people. I can do the wonderful things that I love to do, and it's, I'm so happy with it. It's unbelievable. And this is what I try to tell everybody else. Once you hit that point, it's a very special thing. But let's get back.
The reading.
You said something about work. Does your talents have anything to do with work?
Yes.
Because they're telling me that. Okay, hang on a minute. Let me get back in touch with them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. What they're telling me is your talents are getting ready to take an upsurge. That's why I asked you when you said something about work, if your talents have anything to do with work, because your talents are getting ready to do an upsurge, and it's going to push different aspects of your life. And if your job is one of those, then you're looking for an upsurge there. I don't know if it's just going to be, if it's going to be something like maybe a raise, if it's going to be something about a new position. I'm not sure if it's going to be having to do with a new job. They're not saying specifically, but you're looking for an upsurge in your talents in whatever aspect that is circling in the job department. It is going to hit they're saying maybe within the next 3 months to look for a change. But it's going to be a happy change from what they're telling me.
Yes, I guess at this juncture, I was wondering, there's somebody that I guess I do work for them. I'm sort of an independent contractor, but I could do what I do completely on my own, and I think better. So that's what I'm wondering about. And what I'm hearing is that that maybe this is one of those areas where there really isn't anybody in the spirit planes who's willing to, tell me what to do. I'm a grown-up, and I need to make this choice and these decisions about my work and how I serve, what I bring to the table, so to speak, here.
Yeah.
Here with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what I'm, and there's a kind of a place, a juncture. There's an opening right now. It feels like there's a window right now for me to take that step. Yet I also understand I'm interested in astrology also, and I've heard recently from a couple of sources that I feel are reliable, that there's I think Saturn's retrograde, I think in addition to some other planets, it's not really a good time to really move forward. In fact, with what you just said about 3 months, it seems more like, maybe I should just not make a jump right now at this moment. Be okay with it. Learn, more from where I'm planted, so to speak. Is that right? Or
they're saying give yourself a chance to place your talents where they need to be, because it's circling around your talents and the things that you do and the things that you do best.
Yeah.
Okay? So wherever that's going, you're going to see that building itself, and it should be coming, to sort of a crescendo within the next 3 months.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to say something, because I know I need to re-listen to this, but I want to say why that is. Because I've experienced this before, and it's always a very, very good thing. Even though you're saying words to me, Deb, what happens what's happening during this is I actually have the sensation of sort of taking in information in on these other levels at the same time, and then I'm processing those, and so I know I'll need to re-listen to it. So that's. I have a hard time doing that because I really have a hard time listening to myself. Gosh, it's hard. Oh, it's agony. You guys too? You laugh.
Oh, no, you're right. I have that problem too.
I just don't do it. But yeah. So.
That's something Don, when Don first started here, he was
You guys are great, though. I love listening to you guys. I listen to you guys over and over.
Well, see, we love listening to you, too. So it's just you're your own worst critic, right?
I don't know.
Most of us are, and sometimes that's what makes life harder than what it needs to be, is because we're more judgmental of ourselves and what other people are, or what we think other people might be.
Right.
You know why, though? I think it's because we're visionaries. We're visionaries. I'm going to put a positive slant on it.
Absolutely.
Think about it, really. Because and when you're a visionary, you can see how wonderful it could be, right? So we see that, and then we try, and we're like, oh, no.
And we're creators, so we're creating it on an ethereal plane. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not with my voice.
Don, jeez.
What? Wait, what did Don say?
Don doesn't like his voice either, so he totally resonates with what you're saying about not listening to yourself.
I can't listen to an episode twice.
I can't either. I cannot. Yeah.
It's
crazy.
It is wonderful. But you guys are wonderful, and you're wonderful.
And yet
Go ahead. Regular, are you there?
Yeah. I got to see how I do that. It's bad. Interrupt. Oh,
You are a force of nature,
system
girl.
goes.
But we love you all
Jimmy
the same.
Jimmy G almost killed me. He exploded through it one time. He got me off there.
Oh, jeez.
God, I love him.
We won't cuss you out here.
Funny.
We love you. But was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Well, my mother passed recently,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and we were estranged.
Oh, okay.
Me and my family have been for about 5 years, almost 6 years now. So I heard about it through a friend. I'm that estranged, even with social media, the way it is these days.
Uh-huh.
That's how estranged we are.
Oh, dear.
Kind of interesting. Anyway, but something happened in the end that were these signs, and some of them concrete and physical, but I'm not going to talk about them on air, that there was forgiveness between us, between she and I. And I just want to know if they have anything else to say about that and about what's going on with my brother and sister and the money.
Okay, Regla, that's more medium side, honey, and that gets really emotional. That's why I don't do that a whole lot on the show. So you may have to get in touch with me later on, and we'll go over that.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay?
Okay. So that's all right. So that's it. And thank you so much.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful to hear from you, and thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for always being here.
Okay, and I'll go back to listening and enjoying it. All right.
Thank you.
All right,
Ray.
have a great
Bye.
night.
Good night.
All right, and that is the last caller we have for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to get a reading of your own, please call in 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998, and you too can get a reading into whatever it is that you want to know about as well. And we are on the air for another just over an hour. We're about to come up to the hour break now, Deb. So how you holding up together? You doing good?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And people, I have seen so many say, "Oh, I'm afraid to call in." We don't bite. We really don't. So
true.
don't be afraid to call in. You know, we're more than happy to talk to you. And I really don't try to put you on the spot with anything. So, you know, be at ease.
Right.
Go ahead and give us a call.
Yeah, this isn't about humiliating anybody or bringing up something that would be embarrassing or
that's not good,
make you
yeah.
feel uncomfortable. This is about help, and this is about healing and hopefully giving you some guidance. So if there's something you want to know about, ladies and gentlemen, now's the time. This is your opportunity for a free reading with an amazing psychic. And so we actually have a call just came in. This will be well, you know what? We're going to take this call after the break because we're literally at a minute out from the break.
Yeah, we
so
don't really have time to get into it, but,
it's
hold the line.
D Swagger. I see that it's you calling in. Just hold the line, and we'll be back to you right after break. When we come back in, we'll take up that call. But ladies and gentlemen, After that, the call board is open, so now's your time to get on the board and ask the questions you may want to know. And again, if you don't get a chance to call in during the show or would opt not to, then please check out Deb's readings that she does outside of the show, 20-minute readings, and you can get a hold of Deb at Heavenly Dragonfly. Is it just Heavenly Dragonfly at AOL.com? But dragon is DRGN?
Yep.
Okay, so that's how you can get a hold of Deb. If you'd rather have a reading outside of the show, you'd like it to be more personal, get a hold of her, and she will let you know her schedule and when she does her readings, and you guys can sort it out from there. But this is your opportunity to get it for free. So we're going to go take our break right now, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go away. We'll be right back for more. We got 2 calls on the queue now, so they are climbing.
Yay!
So we'll get back to it in just a minute here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away.
Play their games. Everybody loves to place their bets. They don't understand the price I paid. They don't care to comprehend. Trace their lines upon my body, dripping scars across my heart. Raging anger pours inside me as their lies keep falling apart. Just make sure that you're well
Make it Truth Frequency Radio.
This looks extraordinarily bad.
They linger in a perpetual dream state, a nightmare from which they cannot wake. I can't see you, Mommy. Where are you? I've never sensed anything like it. like those she's with. They're attracted to the one thing about her that is different from themselves. Her life force. It is very strong. It gives off its own illumination. It is a light that implies life and memory of love and home and earthly pleasures. Something they desperately desire, but can't have anymore. Right now, she's the closest thing to that.
Poltergeist are usually associated with an individual. Hauntings seem to be connected with an area. A house, usually.
Poltergeist disturbances are fairly short duration, perhaps a couple of months. Hauntings can go on for years.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second hour of our show tonight. I'm Brent Thomas, and you are listening to the Paranormal Portal. You may be watching it, too. If you happen to stop by youtube.com/Paranormal Portal, you can watch the live stream as well, or you might be catching us on TFR, iHeart, TuneIn, TalkStream, one of them. Oh, we lost Dee.
Oh.
I hope she calls back in. If she calls in soon, we can get her back on.
I think she's just mentioned something about she's having... she just said, now my phone's all jacked up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
been having tech problems lately. So.
Okay, well, as soon as she calls in again, we'll get that. And Deb, we do have another call on the line that we're going to get to first, but after that, Don has some questions from a listener over in Germany. So we'll get to that after the call here. But are you all good to go?
I sure am.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, we're joined tonight by our excellent friend and Paranormal Portal psychic, Mrs. Deborah Varner, who is doing call-in readings for listeners of the show. So if you would like to call in and get a reading of your very own, call 213-233-3998. Again, 213-233-3998. If you happen to be over in the UK and want to get in on the fun, it's 44203-393-2871. 44203-393-2871. If you're domestic but don't want to dial a long-distance number, it's 833-TFR-LIVE. So those are your options to get in touch with us here tonight. But let's get to our next caller. And this is area code 720. You're on the air.
Hey, this is Chris. Nice to actually talk to you, Brent and Dawn.
Hey,
Been a
Chris.
fan of the show for a couple of years now. Started off listening to you on TFR.
Oh, wonderful.
Deb, go ahead, Brent.
Hi, Chris.
It's wonderful to hear
Hi.
your voice, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Well, I just don't have very much drive to do anything. I talk to other people, and they're always doing something great, and they've had so many experiences throughout their life, and then I don't have anything to talk about. I feel super boring, kind of worthless. Yeah? So, I don't know. It's more like but I don't know. Something, I don't know. Tell me something.
Okay.
More like a therapist question, like.
Dude, you're really a good guy. You know that. You're actually more easygoing than what you are being at the moment. I think you're just at a slide back moment in your life. And we all go through that.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know why you're exactly down on yourself. Something's been going on around you that you're not really sure about. You got a friend that it's like they're jealous of you. and that's really putting a hindrance on you. Have you ever heard of people being there are well-wishers? Well, this dude is not a well-wisher. He's the exact opposite of that. And it's like I said, it's almost like he's jealous of you. And it's like he's put negative energy towards you. And you're absorbing that like a sponge.
Mm.
And that's almost scary.
Can they be doing it from behind the scenes? Because nobody really comes to mind unless it's a coworker that maybe.
It's not somebody that you're around very often, but it's somebody that you've known for a few years. And I mean, they don't have to be directly around you all the time for this to be going on. It's just like, I don't want to bring Wicca into it, but it's almost like casting a spell.
Mm.
He's just so intent on it that it's directed straight at you.
I would almost put it not even as a person, but more as a spirit, honestly. Because I don't know a whole lot of people, but I do feel like I don't really like coming into my house very much. I'd rather just be out away from my house. Maybe there's something in my home. What do you think of that?
Unless it's the negativity rolling around in there, because like I said, it doesn't feel like you're really around them that much or have been around them that much. It's just what they're putting off towards you.
I'll have to be more keyed into that and try to pay more attention.
Yeah. If you're able to, you need to try to block that. I would suggest trying to take some time and pull in a light. When you do, just, call on that light. Call on that white light. We all have that ability. Call on that white light. And once you see it, you can feel it when it starts growing. Once it builds or starts building, picture it covering you from head to foot and ask for that protecting light to help you. That should help you block some of what's going on.
Is this something you'd like me to practice like all the time, or certain series?
As much as possible, especially right now.
Okay.
So you can kind of ward off what's going on and get rid of that negativity, because that's not helping you one bit. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. No.
You're a good person. You've got a good heart. Even though you're not around people that much,
that's true.
You're the type that if somebody needs something, you're going to try to help them.
That's true, too.
That's really interesting, Deb. And I've never heard you say a message quite like that before. But is your name Chris? Is that right? You said
yeah,
Chris?
I'm
okay.
pancaking in the chat.
Oh, okay, perfect. What I'm just keying off of, just listening to what she's saying, is that she's talking about somebody directing real negative energy toward you. You've referenced that you don't like to be in your house, so she also mentioned that it's not necessarily Wiccan, but it is a very directed negativity. And those could be one in the same kind of problem. If somebody is directing negative energy towards you, they can, whether knowingly or unknowingly, be attaching a negative entity around you. And so if you were talking about how you don't like to be home, you don't feel comfortable. And so it could be one and the same kind of thing going on here. But one of the things that I've had to do, and this has happened to me three times now that I've been directly targeted like this. And I don't mean to interject because I don't usually do this. I don't usually put myself out on the front street of the show like this too much. But you can imagine that you are surrounded in a mirror-like light, and whatever's directed towards you is not absorbed but is reflected back to the source. Now it's not going to give you any karmic issues because you're reflecting whatever somebody is sending to you. If they're sending love, you're reflecting it back to them as well, and it becomes universal. If they're sending negativity, you're not letting it encompass you or your home or your atmosphere. You're simply reflecting it back to them. And it's a visualization exercise, but it really does work.
But you're saying reflect. You kind of cut out there for a minute. So, are you saying reflect all the things, even the good things?
Well, what I'm saying is the light, reflecting surrounding yourself in light. Well, it should only let good things through anyway, so that's automatically going to be a filter. But the idea of reflection comes at is if somebody is reflecting back something, somebody is aiming something negative to you. The light's going to be the barrier, but your will then is to reflect it back to them that they have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So
I understand.
Right. So it's just a great exercise, and it's helped me a ton. So I just put that out there. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's fine, Brent. Anytime, please. Also, have you ever done a cleansing in your house?
Oh, it's been quite a while.
Okay, maybe it's time to, and I would do it regularly for a little while. Definitely grab some sage and I would go through and cleanse the whole house, and I do it regularly for a little while. And let's see if we can't, with everything, start getting you straightened out where that bad energy is concerned and get you back towards the good energy, because that's what's harming you right now. That you feeling that is what's causing your problems. And I want to tell you too, they're telling me that when you were younger you had a lot of problems with, I don't want to, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and say you had problems with bullying. And they're saying you still have a little bit of a problem with that because it's like you kind of hold on to that. You need to let go of that also, because that's not who you are now.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that into account as well.
Okay.
I do think people hate me all the time, but it's for no reason. They don't. I know they don't, but I'll just.
No, you're not the type of person that would cause somebody to hate you. And what's going on, trust me, is not you. It's the other person. It's whatever's going on in their head. For whatever reason, as like I said, it feels like a jealousy type thing. Whatever it is, it's them. That's their issue. That's their problem. Do not take that on yourself. Let's work to get the energies around you straightened out and get you towards a positive energy and get rid of this negative energy. And then you should start seeing a big change in yourself and the things that are going on. Definitely do a cleansing in the house and do it regularly, like I said, for a little while, so we can get this negative energy pushed out away from you. Okay?
That's fantastic. Thank you, Deb.
You're very welcome. And thank you, Brent, for your help.
Brent.
Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure. And,
Yes,
and
Brent.
it's great to hear from you, brother. It's call in anytime. We'd love to hear from you more.
Thanks, Brent. Love your show. Don, great addition.
Excellent.
All right,
Night,
brother.
everybody.
Love you, too.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a great night. Very cool. That was, it's tough because when those negative things happen, it's hard to understand where they come from. Where, what is the source? What is going on? Like I said, I've been through that. I've been through that exact kind of thing where it just feels like you're dragging a brick and a cloud with you everywhere, and you just can't find you can't find the sunshine to save your life. And it wasn't until I learned that shielding that it really broke that cycle. But it was horrid. It's just a horrid thing.
Yeah, he does not deserve what's going on, and it's just, I don't know. Some people are ridiculous, and shame on them for thinking bad and sending bad energy to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, it happens. But hopefully, we can get him back on the right track because he is a good person.
Absolutely.
And I can relate in a lot of ways too, in the sense that, there was a time when I went through a really bad depression when I was younger. I was 23, 24, and I was just in a bad situation. And just when I came out of that situation, I just couldn't pull myself out until I just did something totally not me. I up and moved. And, I started rebuilding. Now that's not viable for most people. I mean, sometimes you just got to start at the bottom and work your way up, like cleansing your house, pushing those negative things away.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to be able to just pack up and say, you know what, this isn't going to happen to me anymore. And once I made that decision, I was stalwart about that decision. Then it started sloughing off. I wasn't as depressed all the time, and so not necessarily in the spiritual realm. I mean, just in the physical, I separated myself, and that's who I was at the time, and everything just started getting better, and I find myself falling into those kind of traps every now and then. And, I've got, Brent, you've reminded me too. You've said it before, hey, Don, is everything okay? It's like, well, let's examine what's going on. And, and I get into these funks, but you can't just let it stay there. You got to move beyond it.
Yeah.
And you got to find whatever way is going to work for you. So, there's a lot of different things that people can do, but if it's more of a spiritual clinging than a physical like mine was, that became a spiritual, then you've got other options that you have to look into. Yeah,
absolutely. Now I see that we got D Swagger's back on the line here, so I'm going to get her through while her phone's working correctly. Hey D, you're on the air. Diane.
Hey, hi Pear family, love you.
Love you too.
I miss you when I can't.
Love you too.
My family. I have my family is actually gone, my physical one.
Oh. Well.
So my online family is what I got right now. And friends, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
It's nice to find some people that are going to understand when I say some of the things I say. I still don't live in a place where that's necessarily going to happen. Right. On a regular basis.
Sure.
So, but yeah, wow. I'm looking at the chat. It looks like a lot. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that every time I pop my head up, I get shot at. It sounds like Regla has problems like that too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was offline for years at a time sometimes.
Oh.
Just because everything just like my computer had stop function, just blow up. The motherboard would blow up and all kinds of things. Anyway, and Sean said because one of his guides was talking to him about it, saying there's a lot of stuff around here. I just happen to live in an area that's very busy.
Oh, okay.
So let me put it this way. I've got a protective thing I wear, and it drops off. It literally drops off every Thursday.
Oh, wow, not cool.
It's just like, okay, that's it. I give it. And Thursday is the long day down at the soup kitchen. So It literally just says, okay, that's it. I can't take any more. Drops off. I can't believe it sometimes. But, Deb, oh, Sissy Pooh, I love you.
I love you.
I love you. We're so spelling. But I love Deb. She's my sissy. Anyway, that I don't mean sissy. I mean like sister. You're my sister. Anyway.
My sister. Yeah.
I want to move. I do. I agree with Don. Get me out of here. We're trying to find. Actually, I live in. I've determined that the way to explain this is I live near what, if you followed the Buffy show, would probably be called a hellmouth.
Oh, nice.
It's right. It's fun, but boy, it makes you very tough though. If you can weather it, it makes you really,
that'd be horrid.
But Brent, good advice. I wish it was that easy for me some of the time. Some of the time I have to be mutant ninja, whatever, psychic,
that's horrible.
in order to get through this. But
you've been going through some serious trials, though. That's not your ordinary battle that you've been dealing with. So.
No, not at all. Yeah, and I'm not going to go into too much about that on the phone because. Someday maybe I will. And okay, you know what? I've been thinking of sending in a story anonymously.
Okay.
About some of it, but we'll talk about. Well, yeah, I'll send you something later. I'll think about it.
Okay.
Deb, though, darling. Yes, moving. Oh God, you know a little bit of what I've been through, and I haven't been calling you lately because I've been falling asleep early. I like
oh my
to
goodness.
get in touch with you again, but it's been tiring. But moving, does it look like I'm going to be getting a chance to move? Funny, John should bring that up because that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
They're still saying that you're going to move, and what's funny at the moment, and they're almost giggling about it also, is you pulling out a map, and if you don't have a pendulum, make you one, and let it tell you where you need to be. Because you're having problems trying to decide where you want to go. They're saying, let the pendulum tell you where you need to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where I need to go that would be good for me because, I would like to actually live somewhere where I fit in and wouldn't have to overly shield myself for all the time. It would be nice. It would be.
You need to understand, though,
experience.
With everything that's gone on in that area, there's a lot that hasn't been resolved. And with you being who you are, it does affect you. At times, it's worse than others. And while I'm at it, we have another super blood moon coming up.
Oh, no.
And on that, it's going to throw all of us, especially those of us that have the gifts, and it's probably going to throw us a wee bit.
Oh, no.
So be prepared. That's
great. Hey!
So,
forewarned is forearmed. And
plant your feet and grab on, hold on tight. But, the area you're in has a lot going on. There's a lot of negative energy, for sure, in the area. And you definitely need to be somewhere else than where you're at. But they're still saying that you're going to move. So, and it's like I said, they're saying pull a map and grab your pendulum and ask it where you need to be and let it tell you and see what it comes up with. And you might be really surprised about what it tells you.
Okay. Right now, looks like I'm not going to well, not going to get much help from this end. It looks like I'm shocking people saying I want to move out of state, but I do. Because Ohio has got its own, doggone, you got to watch it. Ohio has got its own volume of Weird America, and I am not kidding. There's actually a series called
Ladies,
Weird America books.
just a sec. We're gonna
Got
take
its own volume.
we're gonna take our last break of the night, and we'll come back and we can continue this discussion for more of the Paranormal Portal. It always continues. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. Not sure if the bumper music's going to come in, but no music. But just pretend the music's playing, ladies and gentlemen.
Da 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 da.
My fated destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the last half hour of our show tonight. It has gone extraordinarily fast, but it always does. If you're not used to the portal, this is the speed at which we operate. And we are, of course, Don and I are here tonight, and we are joined by our amazing friend, Mrs. Deborah Varner. And right now we've got an ongoing call from Mrs. Diane Swiger, who's getting a reading of her very own. So back to you, ladies.
Or a reading I can call my own. I'm so thrilled. Darling. Well, the moving thing, okay, I'm so glad to hear about that. There, I'm still moving. And things have gone on. Boy, it's really weird. The guy that I got a guy helping me clean and pack. He threw away my whole pantry though in my kitchen.
Oh my
Recently,
God!
It's like, serious? Yeah, well, because everything's out of date. Because I don't believe in expiration dates. Because I come from a time before we had those dates, and I just go by what the can looks like, and usually it's fine. But he decided that everything in my kitchen is out of date because I get it that way because it came from a place where they give away out of date food. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh my goodness!
So he basically threw away my whole kitchen.
Oh, ouch.
Oh no.
Help. So, and then he couldn't figure out what was wrong with that. So, anyway, I've had stuff like that showing up, and then the bank charging me for something that happened in April, unexpectedly.
Wow.
So they had reimbursed me for something I disputed, and they just took it back just this month. And so, I kind of wonder sometimes if Deb, am I actually really being messed with as much as I think, or is it just my own paranoia? And this is like normal.
Life likes to mess
don't know.
every now and then. And as I was going to say before, I'm going to be nice, but Ohio was one of the most unusual places I have ever lived.
Unusual.
I really didn't understand a whole lot of what was going on while I was there, and I was there a little over 2 years. So,
oh my God. Okay, so I'm not just imagining that this is. Okay, I'm not just imagining things. That makes me feel a little better. I'm not just being totally paranoid here, but, because I think, can it really be that bad? But, yeah, I know a lot of people who don't do well until they leave Ohio. A lot of bands come from here, but they come from here. They don't stay here. We've actually produced a lot of bands in Ohio, but they don't stay here. So,
I had fun while I was there. It was just so unusual. A lot of what I wasn't used to, and the way people acted and all, and
yeah,
I don't know. Everybody asked me, "Are you ever going back?" And I'm like, I didn't lose anything while I was there.
Well, no.
And I'm not trying to knock Ohio
probably
people.
I won't either.
It's not my cup of tea while I was there.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here most of the time. I was actually had an easier time of all places in New Orleans than here.
Oh yeah.
This place is maybe I need to do a show all about Kent. Maybe that need to be the next channel. Would people believe it though? I don't know. So how about that other thing that was going to happen that we're not going to mention it, but you told me something was going to else was going to happen. Does that still look like it's going to happen, Deb?
It does. It's like I said. It didn't seem as strong, and it seems to have leveled out some compared to what it was the last time we talked. But it does look like it's still going to happen. They're not giving me any idea that things are going to change. So.
Okay, thank you, because that, Yeah, I know. It was very strong, and then it just kind of dropped off the face of the earth when all this stuff started happening for a while.
Well, it didn't necessarily drop off the face of the earth, but I mean the chances
for me it
of
did
it
kind of, because I got
lowered.
my hands busy with what?
The chances of it had lowered, but yeah, it's going to happen. Just give it a chance.
Okay.
All right. Wonderful.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's great to hear from you, Miss
Things
Diane.
definitely been, like I said, I've been having nothing but issues every week new issues that I must deal with all week. And don't ever think that I'm going to stop. If I can get online and get here and see everybody, I will do that, because I think you're all great people.
Oh,
I really, honestly do think it's a valuable show, and the people are great, and so it's not because of that. But sometimes I get pretty tired trying to deal with all of it.
I understand completely. And just make it when you can. We'll be here waiting for you.
So,
But we do have another call to move on to as well. And I know.
Okay.
But love you bunches, Diane. You take care, and don't be a stranger.
You too.
Okay. Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
So
I want you to. Could you go ahead and ask the long distance question, Don?
Sure. Yeah. Hey, Deb. So our friend Zara over in Munich.
I knew it was Zara.
Yep. Okay. Well then, get set up, because here's her question, and she says, "Hey, Don, can you ask Deb if a possible up and coming operation for my stepdad will go well?" She says the end prognosis for him is bad, as it's cancer. 1 year without, possibly 2 with the operation. She's looking to see if there's any messages personally that would, for her, that would speak to this issue.
As we know, cancer is just not a wonderful thing. Even after the operation, he's going to have like a rough start, but I can see things getting better. And look for more the 2-year point from what they're telling me, maybe a little bit longer than that. As of right now, after the operation, things may change, because as we've talked about before, there can be one thing happen that will change a reading. So as of right now, look for the longer time, possibly a little bit longer. But let's talk after everything happens and see if anything changes. But they're just saying, they're saying be loving. Make sure everything that you need to say is said, because sometimes it's hard for us to say everything that we want to say, and then if God forbid anything happens, we're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I? Don't ever why didn't. If there's something that you need to say, or you feel like you need to say, even if it's like, hey, I love the time when.
Right.
Go ahead and say it and get it out. Don't wait. Be open and share those things.
Right. So
yeah.
So look for after the operation, closer to the 2-year. Is there anything else that may speak to her that you might be seeing?
They're talking about her having a sweet tooth, and she needs to back off on that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Why, I'm not sure, but they said that she definitely has a sweet tooth and she needs to back off on it some. And it looks like it's maybe concerning health
Oh,
that she do. So, yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, right now, it seems like her concerns are, centering around what's going on, and I can understand that. But I don't know. That was kind of a weird thing they came up with.
Well,
but
here's
what they're saying right now. So
here's what
I'm gonna go with what they're saying.
Yeah, let me read what she just typed in here. It says, "That's true. The operation, if he has it, is one of the most difficult ones to have, as the tumors are in a sac." And she says to the sweet tooth, she says, "Ha ha ha, so true. I have a cupboard full of chocolate from home."
Uh-huh. Well, you know what they just said, so
That's just what I love about
maybe it's time to start sharing some of that chocolate. But we love you, Zara.
Yeah, time to share. Outstanding.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we got
another
call on the board, and this will
Okay.
be. Looks like it's Lewis. Is that you, Lewis?
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Deb, it's me, Lewis.
Hey.
Hi, Lois.
Hey.
How you doing? We're great. How are you doing?
Been fine. Just got a couple of experiences, but nothing unusual.
You're like me. We always have experiences, Lewis.
Yeah, but like a few weeks ago, I was like, I can't even sleep and see this, symbols or whatever. They look like stargates, but they were just overlapping each other. Yeah.
They're
It's
saying
kinda
you think
cool.
too much. You know
Yeah,
that?
really?
Yeah, they're saying you
Yeah.
think too much. They said you need to slow that down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh.
What did you
Thanks
need
for
to
telling
know?
me that, though.
Huh?
That's all.
That was
Just
it?
general.
Aw.
That's all?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying if you go ahead and slow down and don't think so much, that you'll find out that life's a little bit easier. You're overthinking a lot, and it is causing problems with you. And eventually it's going to cause health problems, and you don't want that. So, yeah, you need to start slowing down on the overthinking. Don't try to overthink things. Let come what comes. You have enough spirits with you and around you that if anything comes up, let them handle it. If there's anything that you need to handle, they'll open up and let you know and let you handle it. But some of the things that's going on around you, you let your spirits handle, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Is that what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in and being a part of the show. It's always good to hear from you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Thank you so
a few
much.
days ago, I saw a white man.
You saw a what?
Yeah.
A light?
Somebody in a white shirt.
Oh, okay.
At work. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I know that I'll
But he...
go ahead.
He disappeared.
Goodness.
So I had to investigate and, kidding or something.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. If you find out anything more, let us know. If it sounds like it's in the paranormal, I want to know about it. Wow, what is that noise? Did you hear that, Don?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you
Just about every time you say anything, something is messing up.
I know. You noticed that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just me then, is it?
Tell him to behave himself.
I try, but he just seems to have his own agenda. That's not you, Lewis. We're talking about the spirit of the portal that tends to come in and mix everything up when I'm trying to have a show. So, all right, Lewis. Thanks for calling in, buddy, and I'll call you if I need to do a sound check again.
All right, you too.
All right, see you, buddy.
Good thing I'm your producer.
Yeah, you are. You're like my distant producer. I appreciate it. You've saved me before many a show, and I appreciate it, brother. All right, have a good night.
Have a good one, bud.
Okay, so we are at the 10-minute mark, Deb, and so far that's the last call we got. I don't know.
Well, I've got a question from Matrix Assassin in the YouTube.
Oh, please go ahead.
Let's see here. It says, "Hey Don, can you ask if my targeting will get any better as I've been a targeted individual for 2 years now? I'm currently under the MK Ultra program." So I think they're asking if basically, if it's gonna go away, or is his issue with this almost over, that kind of thing.
Is he targeting like a remote viewer kind of thing?
No, he's a TI, a targeted individual.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, Brent. Okay, can you pinpoint more of what you're talking about, because it's not quite sinking in at the moment.
Okay, let me see. So Matrix, did you hear that? Oh, they're using me for remote viewing and mind control.
Yeah. Start messing up.
Start feeling.
Yeah, seriously. They can only use you as long as you're letting them, and you're good at what you're doing. If you start messing up the information or making things fuzzy, then it's less likely that they will have interest in you. Wow. You've been working big time. And you are good at what you do. Okay, answer me this. What I'm seeing, I don't want to talk about what I'm seeing, but can you give me an idea, yes or no? I'm hoping you can figure out what it is, but I'm seeing something, and it looks like it's something that you're seeing and working with. But it doesn't actually look like it's going to end well. It's hard to explain it without saying something about it, but I don't want to go into it. Sure.
You know what? Let's do this. Because I'm working on getting in the military. Okay. Well, let's do this. Matrix Assassin. What the only thing I could think of to get a clearer picture without, revealing too much on the phone would be, of course, get a hold of Deb through the email. And
yeah,
so I think that'd
please
probably
do,
be the better way to do it.
I'm a military brat, and I know there's certain things that I don't need to be putting out there, and you don't either. So yeah, if you can get a hold of me, we'll discuss this a little bit more. But I know what I'm seeing, and I don't see certain aspects of it turning out well.
Let's see. All right. Well, so it's Heavenly, Heavenly, Dragonfly, DRGNFLY at AOL.com. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So there's that. I put that into the chat. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah. Because I think that's
and put
gonna...
in.
Sorry?
Make sure you put in the subject Paranormal Portal, so I know what it's about.
Subject. Yeah, because that could get into a touchy situation, I can imagine.
Yeah, this is definitely something that doesn't need to be put out there.
Okay. All right.
I agree.
There we go. So
not that we don't want to help, of course, but it's just some things.
Some things
better
are,
not broadcast.
Yeah, better not our business.
Right. Well.
So I mean, and like I said, I can understand that's a touchy subject. So, all right. So I've got that in there, and I also put in subject line is Paranormal Portal. We do have someone else that's asking a question. Cindy is asking about her son. Let's see here. Can you ask about my son with her? Okay. She let me get back up here. And this is let's see, our friend Cindy. I lost her question. Doggone it. It was about her son though. She's worried about him. Yeah, I'm not seeing the rest of it. So she's asking about her son. She hasn't apparently talked to him or heard from him in a little bit. But she's just kind of asking, can your guides give you any information on how he's doing, things like that.
Okay, give me a sec here and let me see.
Yeah, she's worried about him. Yeah. And this is Cindy from our Wednesday show, by the way.
Okay. They're saying that he's staying busy.
Okay.
He seems to be all right. Has he had problems in the past with headaches? Does she know?
He's a teenager. So, Cindy, how about the headaches? Has he had any issues with the head? I mean, pain-wise? Yeah. No, she says. I also kind of take headaches and general pain, like tooth pain, things like that, into consideration. That's what I would think. But she says no, he's not had any that she knows of.
Okay, well, I'm picking up that he's having them. That's why I wondered if it's been an ongoing thing or just something new.
Now, she says he's being difficult.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask, is people that he's
or is it
around?
Peer pressure kind of stuff? Because she says he's being difficult with his attitude.
He's listening to them and not listening to her is basically what it is right now. And I'm not sure. It doesn't look like he's going to come around anytime soon.
Okay. Any reason?
Not
any reason to worry about that?
I feel like it's more the influence that's kind of controlling what he's thinking and doing right now. It feels like he's trying to stay busy and stay doing things.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're getting on to the 1 minute left in the show.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows that they can, of course, get in touch with Deb and have readings whenever you like, as long as it fits Deb's schedule. If you email the Heavenly Dragonfly, DRGN Fly, at AOL.com and set up a reading with Deb, $15 for 20-minute reading. And as you heard tonight, you cover a lot of ground in just 10 minutes. So That's a phenomenal deal. Please get a hold of her. She is just amazing. Deb, thank you so much for being on tonight. It's just been just amazing.
Well, thank you. Once again, congratulations on the 200th show.
Absolutely.
Love you guys. Love the Portal. Love our Portal family.
Absolutely.
And I want you all to know we appreciate you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, stick around for Jimmy Jean Into the Microcosm coming up next here on iHeart, TuneIn, TalkStream, and TFR Live. And I will be appearing on the Twin Flame Divine Fire show on TFR on Sunday, the 22nd. So check out the TFR listings for your area if you want to follow me over there and catch my show with them. Alan and Sandra are wonderful people. It should be a great time, but we're all out of time here.
You, Deb.
Love you all.
Love
be
y'all.
good, be kind, be nice, and
Love
I'll see
you
next time.
I think
There
you
was
just
no
buried
bumper
my-
music.
Nothing.
All right. I'll call you back in just a sec, Deb.
All righty.
Okay.
Good night.